Okay, Octbox fans, it's June, it's sunny, and you find me today on a quaint little Norfolk pond. As you can see in the back of my car, I've not actually bought a lot of gear out today. Just one little rod, not even bought a pole, landing net handle. Bought a top kit set for later in the day, but the setup I'm going to be using today is going to be my comfort seat setup, and I'll go through the accessories later. I'm going to use a side swivel tray. I'm going to take the umbrella down just to show you how it can fit, even though I'm not going to be using it today. But that is essentially my setup for the day. So there's something special about fishing in June for me. I come from an era when there used to be a closed season up until the 16th of June on all waters in the UK, and if you wanted to go fishing you had to go to Ireland. So June's always got some special memories for me. But it's also because June's got the longest day. So you've got really nice, long, quaint, quiet mornings, and when you come to a lovely idyllic location like I am here today, more of a pond than a lake, sort of place you'd have fished as a little kid or a teenager. Magical. Look at that. I mean, you can't beat it, can you? And the thing for me when I'm fishing places like this, I just love relaxing, chilling out. Hence why I've got my comfort seat today. We'll go through that. I've done plenty of videos on it before, but today for me it's all about relaxing, comfort, enjoying the environment and catching a fish. Okay guys, things I'm going to cover today. The comfort seat I like on days like this because it's very, very comfortable, very minimalistic, very quick to set up. So accessories I'm going to be using on the comfort seat today are my standard bait weighter. I'm going to use a feeder arm, a 10cm adapter, a post, and you'll see that and on the back end, mainly for my sandwiches and coffee, I'm going to use a small pivot arm and post. And my butt rest is just going to sit on the top of there. And my feeder arm is going to go on the front spigot there. And that, as we say, as far as setting up is concerned, just unfold my rod and we are ready to go. That didn't take long, did it? Because on days like today, it's the magic of being at a venue and enjoying it. It's not about catching fish in huge numbers. It's not about setting any records. It's about having a lovely day, bit of a picnic, and let's face it, for most of us, that's how we got into fishing. No one gets into fishing and starts match fishing straight away. That's very unusual. Now, for most people, it's a case of ground bait's already mixed. My bait today is simply sweet corn, and all the tackle I've got today I have fitted into so that is my setup, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll go through in a bit more detail later on, but just in case it did rain, I've got my umbrella post, or if it gets too sunny, and my umbrella that I can put into there, look, and I can pivot that to wherever I want it. And now you can see why the bait weighter being so strong makes such a difference, because that's on one adapter and it's still strong enough to support an umbrella. So let's get down and do some fishing. Okay then guys, so this is my setup today. All the tackle I've got today I've fitted into one bait box. I've got sweet corn from the feed, some swim sim from the method feeder, a few feed pellets. I've obviously got the comfort chair, and then in the next tray, most important of all, the picnic. Sandwiches, coffee, a few more pellets, and that's my setup. So, let's have another look at the lake. It's more of a pond than a lake, but just for a June early morning, nature's waking up. You can see, where else would you rather be? And if we catch a fish today, well, that's a bonus. Now, this is a clever invention, created by Guru, but you can see it's completely safe. If I snap, that comes out, look, called the safe. I'm surprised it hasn't been made mandatory for all feeders to have something similar, but and then there's obviously the hair rig, which, for my mind, transformed fishing. Can't believe how we got on in the 70s, but of course very few people caught carp in the 70s. I know I used to go to a lake called Booton, and me and my good friend, who's now my warehouse manager, Bud, he used to, well, look at that for presenting that, look, perfect. Week after week after week, we'd see the same guys fishing the lake for the small header carp that was there. And I don't think I ever saw anyone catch one. Of course, back then we thought we got the highest tech gear when the bite indicators came out. couldn't afford one the best at the time. Me and Spud buying Sundridge. It was like a wire that moved, line went round it, and then when we got a pay rise, we celebrated by buying the highest tech system on the market at the time, called the Octronic Bright Alarms. So, well, tiny little cart to start the session, but lovely nevertheless. That's another innovation that we done now. Of course, the barbless hook. We always used to, well, you couldn't buy a barbless hook in the 70s. Of course, in many respects, the barbless hook goes into whatever so much easier, because there's no barb to slow its path, and as long as the line's kept tight. So, sweet corn strikes again. There's always high-tech baits on the market. 49 pence from Tesco's. And if you get the little deal when it's on, 29 pence a tin. 4 tins fills a 3-pint bait box. One of the cheapest baits out there, and as effective as it ever was. Just like bread is, and how many people fish for bread? I'm just as guilty. I used to fish with bread all the time, and it was amazing the different species you'd catch bread on the same day than if you put a maggot on. This is something I was shown years ago by my mate Robbie Tuck Brown. Up until now, I always used to use the plastic connector, whereas now I have this little tag, rabbit's ear as they call them. Now I know it's a lot shallower here, so I'm going to put a pole float on. I'm using an Iron Scottorn AS 2.2 gram float, and you can see there I've just got 3 number 8s and a hairy piece of sweet corn. That's about the depth, so I'm just going to go a few inches above, and you can see here I'm going to do it. I'm going to make a loop. Twist that loop, put the loop through it to make a figure of 8. That's going to be quite a big loop, and then in that loop I'm going to make a smaller loop. I'm going to just trim off . The idea is you don't want that loop catching anything, otherwise it would release the float. Now I can take my Dacron connector. Again, let me just cut the loose line and get rid of that safely. I do think anglers really need to have a lot of education on making sure they keep their tackle safe. Always have a plastic bag for rubbish like that. Right, so back to the Dacron connector. You can see there, I'm folding it over, bringing the line through. Dacron connector goes through. And pull tight. Lead it down to the knot. Ready to go. Right. I know from experience the larger fish tend to come on later on, which is odd really, because in the old days you used to sort of be coming off the bank when the sun got onto the water. Right, so it was quite chilly though this morning, to be fair, and I think when you're talking carp they do like the slightly warmer water. Anyway, so we've got our float going on. Now I do know that this float is normally with 3 number 8s on, but I've lost a number 8, so let's get that sorted. No, wrong ones. Number 8. Short pliers. Right, so and here we go. So let's so you can't get a more simple rig than that. I'm only fishing in the margins. I didn't even have a pole with me today. It's amazing what you can achieve with just the puller bung. Great invention that. Means that even with right, I'm a bit slow on that one. Of course we now know that carp often suck in and blow out the bait and you don't even notice you've had a bite. Of course we used to consider them knocks. I mean, I know I get the feeling they're small fish. Another little one, I'm afraid. Now you have to borrow the keep landing nets of this pond to obviously reduce the risk of bacteria. They're a bit deep and cumbersome. Yeah, mouth's just a bit too small. Get my fat fingers in. You can see. Right. There we go. Right. So yeah, as I was saying, the landing nets are monstrous for the size of fish that's in here. See if we can make some noise and get something bigger moving in. If not, we'll I wish I'd have bought some bigger baits like a boilie or something, just to have a bit more chill time. My plan today was to have quite a relaxing day, but it appears the fish are too numerous. Here we go. Trying to get onto the bush. Has he made it? I think he has. You little tinker. This is a better fish and he knows exactly where he's going. Yeah, we got him out. They do pull for their size, I'll give them their due, particularly when they know, because look, he's only a small pup. But he was determined he was going to make that bush, and we did well to stop him. You little tinker. Right. Right, so let's that is about as perfect as you can go. Oh well, looks like another little tiny one, smallest fish yet. Good lord, might not even be a carp. Tiny fish, wouldn't believe it, would you? All the way across there. Right. Try one grain. Well, it's very rewarding to be able to put it on the button like that. Yeah, well, no point casting over there then. They're just as small over there as they are over here. So well, who knew, eh? Prawn. So I think this. I cut a bit of this off. Come back here, take this off. This might be as good as a boilie. So, this is a piece of prawn. Say again? Right. So let's see what prawn does, shall we? So, this is with prawn. Large piece. Ooh. Well, it might be a better fish. No. Oh dear me. Yeah. That was quite a sizable piece of prawn on there, and we still caught a reasonably small carp. Well, you gluttonous, hungry thing. You wouldn't believe it, would you? Eh? Wouldn't believe you've got that in your mouth. So, let's try an even piece, bigger piece. I don't think I'd want to fish this in a match though. Good Lord, that would be expensive. Right, so feeding prawn. Take two. So, there we go, prawn on a method. Pointing on the margin. Well, it's certainly too big for the roach. So at least we've cut roach out. All them knocks are the little ones hitting the method feeder. Well, now we've discovered the new secret bait. Lump of prawn. Well, it's certainly going. Certainly a better stamper fish than the little tiddlers we were catching earlier. Not a huge carp, but actually, because the prawn's so big, the little things can't get it in their mouths. It looks like this old dog has succumbed to a piece of corn. Well. Who would have believed it, eh? Look at that. Best fish in the session by far. Right. Come on, relax. 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 Well, right. So let's have a look at our prawn carp. Come on. Stuck on my finger. Alright, stuck on my finger. So that is our best fish of the day. On a piece of prawn. Would you Adam and Eve it, eh? Would you Adam and Eve it? Right. Well, I think it's try that again. Well, I was just trying to think of solutions to find a bait that's too big for the roach. It turns out we don't like this side. It's shallower, it's about 6 inches shallower. You wouldn't think it would make much difference. But I think now that aerator's been turned off, that might make a difference. So, on the prawn take 2. Line up. Right. Let's see if there's anything down this side. Oh, there's a big cart moving in now. You just see a shadow. Yep. So it's absolutely heaving with small fish down there, isn't it? Okay. Right, so huge swat. Eh? Weird, isn't it? I mean, there's obviously fish down there that just can't quite get it in the mouths, but they're giving it a go. Oh, I can see a shadow just on my left. Oh yeah, that is he's worth having. Question is, does he like prawn? He's there again. Might have to try the. Oh my god, he is a decent fish. Yep. Yep, he's getting fatter. He's getting more confident. Now, is he the bigger one? I'd say he is. No, I don't think that's the one. I was watching. The one I was watching was even bigger. Say again? Yeah, they're doing the job. I've had two lovely fish on it. No, I'm all right at the moment. Right. So, prawn is definitely doing the biz. Of course, I don't think it's prawn in particular, but because I'm able to put a much bigger piece on, I mean, I'm able to cut out the small roach. And guess what? I've even got my little piece of prawn back. It was nice watching him and then presenting the bait to him. Here they go, here's Mum and her little 3 chicks together. I thought she'd booted them out earlier, but no, we're back in the game. He's done very well, considering the crows and the heron, which I know do a lot of predation on small chicks. So she's done very well. To get them to an age and they're now safe. Let's try again. So, I think it's time to say bye from North Norfolk. Hope you've enjoyed the video. I've certainly enjoyed the fishing. I've enjoyed my coffee and my sandwiches. What a perfect place to have a breakfast. And till the next video, tight lines.